Hello people. Yeah, I'm finally doing that as well. I'm doing 5 videos after a very long time. I felt like, I woke up, and just have some energy. Time is around reaching towards 4:30. I've done 4 videos already, and I'm, up. But after the 4th video, the voice is breaking, so I made some chai. It's like milk tea. It's just instant one with some honey. Not so much, just tad. Okay, so I want to do some morning thoughts episode with you guys. Okay, hopefully you'll appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully you're doing good. I like doing this because this one doesn't involve urgency. I don't have to finish it within 8 minutes, 10 minutes. These are videos. I don't actually have a rule, but sometimes when you make a video, subconscious mind tells you don't do a 30 minutes review, fragrance review. No one's going to watch that. Reason being, people want short and sweet. They want informative videos, not extra talks. But I like to do extra talks. That's why I did all this hard work, so people listen to me. I wanted to become known. So I want to share a few things from the journey, like random talk about people, stuff like that, just thought a few things. First of all, hopefully you're doing good and you're getting plenty of sleep, which is very helpful. When you take proper rest, at night time, if you can sleep, which I cannot nowadays, I have messed up my sleeping cycle. Obviously, maybe I'm spending time doing something at night time. Anyway, so basically I'm talking to someone. Anyway, so the thing is like, it's like marathon goes on for 7, 8, 10 hours, not 10, like 8 hours. I talk to someone on the go. So yeah, that thing just kept me up. And then, like the daytime is like, you cannot sleep on and off. Anyway, so I couldn't sleep for a few days. So anyway, I'm hoping it will be resolved soon. But, sleep basically matters. If you have sound sleep, if you can sleep without interruption, you wake up all better. Your body goes back to original factory reset, stuff like that. And you can actually have proper energy to do work. If you're like not sleeping properly, you'll always be a little bit in a bad mood. Usually what happens is you misbehave with people because your brain is tired, at the back, and it's not like being able to function 100%. So basically what happens is you're in a bad mood all the time. So get plenty of sleep, get nice food, not too much spicy food, don't take too much sugar, you'll be okay. Right? Eat a lot of fruits, have positive, impact on your life, because you need a lot of positivity in your life, because the world is full of negativity. World is full of people who are always looking to, harm you, hurt you, waste your time, and, really basically get you all worked up. Anyway, so it's very hot. But anyway, so I usually have coffee, but I'm having tea. Anyway, so okay, let's go. I want to talk about a few things. First of all, I want to talk about recent times, a lot of this, our community, a lot of these things happening. Some of these things are regarding fragrance. Let's start with fragrance discussion, okay? The thing is, sometimes people are suggesting that new wannabe OGs, I call them that. Like they are in the game for like 1 to 2 years. They learned, things from our community, let's say our reviews, they came to the scenario, and then they're buying, they have money. But some of these people, they follow trend. Like I noticed, like a lot of reviewers, they follow and they just buy whatever the hype. They don't understand those perfumes, okay? I'm not going to do sweet talk today. I'll just say as it is. Some of these people, they think they have very good knowledge, they have in-depth knowledge, and they have like bling blings, and they have a collection to brag about, and they think they know a lot. When you have a lot of perfumes, doesn't tell the story, okay? Some people don't even study on a perfume, just blind buy stuff, and they think it's good. They don't even know it's good, what its notes like, what's the complexity. People who do not know what they're wearing and why they're wearing it, and they're also wearing it because of hype. I will wear whatever they recommend. I will eat whatever people. What's original about you, right? So when I even, let's say, buy something, I reviewed just now Iris Malik, and I took a little bit time to review that because I was studying it. Sometimes I do rush, I admit it, but rush ones are usually the one like dupes, clones, and easy. Like let's say I did this one, I can do this. You give me this kind of Midori kind of fragrances. I know this DNA, I know Louis Vuitton DNAs, Aventus DNAs. I can do it in one sitting. I can give you a full review. Just the performance I cannot give. But these people are recommending the new kids, like, why are you buying dupes? Okay, I'm not going to have a debate between dupes, non-dupes, original. This is not the discussion. Discussion is about people's affordability. The whole focus is there. Students, people with low income, people of middle class who are earning in Bangladesh, our country condition, we are not earning like USA $50,000 per year or something. That is the low, right? People are earning here like per month, let's say. Sometimes people are earning $200, even doing a corporate job. Can you imagine they're earning this just for the whole month, living in a city, this expensive city. They have to do some other stuff to stay afloat. So imagine people has, let's say, the $1,000 salary, which is a very decent salary here for upper middle class kind of, and they're struggling in city, but they have a lot of expenses. I'm just breaking it down for you. $1,000 to you be like, in US you're sitting there like, we earn like $5,000 per month. That is even not enough. Yeah, our country is not as advanced, but people mostly are, like the middle class and the lower middle class, right? So $1,000 is a lot of money for people, but the expenses, it will take out 80% chunk of your salary. So you have about 20%, like it's an analysis. You have 20%, let's say, savings. So you need that for, emergency, medicals, or, other stuff, children's future, So you tell these people, bro, don't buy a dupe of Aventus, buy the Aventus itself. That is respect. That is the originality. That is the art of form. They go like this more and more, and they go like this, just goes like so expanding. They're like the zamindars, they're the landlords. So they act like people have to buy Roja da Velicium, people have to buy expensive fragrances just to get their validation, respect, as well as their approval. Okay, like this. And I don't know why that is important. A lot of these kids, new kids who are following them have trust. Even some of the sellers, when they force them to buy, they buy out of pressure. I notice it. And they regret buying expensive niche fragrance which go wrong. Many times I've seen people buying high fragrance from Amouage, Frederic Malle. They bought Promise. And they got Promise. I'll tell you. A lot of people like, that is tough, man. I don't know why I bought it. They bought it out of total, hype. When I review something, I tell you it's not for beginners or it is for blind buy worthy. Most of stuff is not blind buy worthy. Fragrance game is such a game. You are in the stock market. You are investing. There's risk. And if you blind buy stuff, there's 100% risk. You like it or don't like it. But if you know about perfumes, if you study notes, you read blogs, you hear from people, you test. If you do that process, it will be much safer. You will know exactly what you like, what you don't like, what you want to buy, a full bottle or a decant. You'll know. This is an analysis, okay? So I see people buying expensive perfumes on people's suggestion, and those people who suggested them, they sell this perfume. They're like, this is a masterpiece. And then they sell it the 2-3 days after because they are bored. That is the worst type of frag heads, I would say, out there. And there's just no love for me. I'm saying, a little bit, sometimes you have to be not so sweet. You have to be a little bit frank, not rude, frank. Why is it important? Because to save you from wasting your money and energy, wasting others' money and energy. Some reviewers do have that CSR, corporate social responsibility. I feel sometimes I have it at to a certain extent, even though I also review, I hype things, but I always tell, because people don't watch my full review. They just see me reviewing, they buy, and they're like, they don't see the full review. They just see me uploading, right? Watch the full review of a guy, okay, or a girl. Then you'll get the full understanding, then you comment. That is fair. But people who are telling you, you have to get a $300, $400 perfume just to get approval, don't do it, okay? Even if I tell you, I never say stuff like this, like you have to have a niche to a brand ambassador or have to have this many amount of perfume at the shelf to be accepted. I did that. Back of my head, subconsciously, I did that. I grew my collection so much that people actually listen to me. Like, oh, this guy has a lot of perfume, so he has that knowledge. Okay, so this guy knows something. It is BS. I'm sorry, I'm guilty of it as well, because I thought, I need to get, there are certain points we live in the society. We need sometimes people's approval, when they compliment us. It feels good, like, oh, we are human beings. We are not perfectionists. We are not the tough guys like, hey man, I can have only 10 fragrances. How many people can have that temptation hold, like held? I will have always 10 fragrances. That's the discipline. Very few people can have a small collection and they know exactly what they want. This game is a lot about addiction. It's a lot about collecting more and more stuff, trying new stuff, posting new stuff. So social media thing that really, really influences. Imagine Facebook is gone and you cannot post it on Instagram. You cannot do reviews. I wonder how many hype would be there actually. Like many people don't even know the product exists, right? We review this because it's our work. YouTube is my work, one of the earning sources that I have, AdSense and all that. Other than that, it's also like when review a new fragrance. I just reviewed a new Rehan. This is called Divine. That just came out, not many reviews. I get this new perfumes for a reason that I want to get the views for the earning. Another thing is like just letting people know out there that these fragrances exist. You can try new release, not so bad. You can try, so people get to know through us because they follow our groups and stuff. So my whole point of this whole talk, this particular first segment is, you don't have to listen to others. Do what you need to do. Okay, do yourself first. Okay, I don't mean it in a very stupid way, but do what's your priority. You don't have to buy a $350 cologne when your earning is $1,000 per month. You don't stay broke. You don't have to bother like borrow or buy on credit. If you buy on credit, it still have to be paid end of the month, right? When your payment comes, you have to still make the payment of EMIs and stuff. So do your research. Know for sure I want to get into this, because let's say you're getting married. Okay, a good example. You can get into relationships, that's not much of investment, that's like your time. If it doesn't work out, you can say bye and walk away. But if you get married, there's a lot of settlements, divorce, like that you have to pay the settlement and stuff. So it's not that easy to come out of that. So once you get that kind of commitment, means like you get into perfume business or heavy collection, it is like marriage. Okay, those who hear me out. It will be very difficult for you to get out, because sometimes you cannot sell off your favorite bottles because it will hurt you. Sometimes you cannot sell them for a decent price, so you're running losses. So it is an investment. It's like share market, bro, and it's not easy to get out of this. I did this one time severely when I went through some crisis. Someone backstabbed me, my ex basically, and then my account was with her, and then she stopped sending me money because I had to pay rents and everything. She just stopped sending me my money because the money was going to her account, and she just wanted to teach me a lesson for 2-3 good months. And I literally had to sell off some of my niche designers, high end, as well as discontinued perfume, because it was breaking my heart. You have no idea, man. If you are a fragrance lover or enthusiast, yeah, sometimes you can buy and sell because the new ones, you are not attached to them. Imagine selling off some of the most rare perfumes, Muglers. I cried one day, and I knew why I cried. It was the mean gesture, from someone which forced me to do that. And I know, of course, I buy a lot of perfumes. You have to make balance, but this kind of situation, you're earning, but you're not getting your money. And I had to sell off some of my perfumes. It was not a good feeling. So what I'm trying to say is, know what you're getting into. That is the fragrance talk I wanted to do. And don't listen to people. If you are comfortable buying $20-$30 cologne instead of buying a decant of Aventus, it's your call, bro. It's your money. You don't have to feed anybody's ego. You don't have to please anybody. You don't have to say, you don't have to, like, let's say even me saying that, bless you, my son, no. It's your game. It's your love. It's your world. Even if you don't buy anything, just watch fragrance reviews and stuff, you sniff, and you buy decants and stuff. Full respect, bro, because your love is as much as mine. Okay, so that's one thing. I'm in mood for talking because I'm supposed to go for a walk already, but then I'm like, nah, last day, let's put maximum number of reviews. Second thing I want to talk about, sometimes I like talking about people, like because they are surrounding. And at times, I really feel the more older I grow, okay, like older I grow, I don't want to be surrounded by people so much. I love the peaceful and quiet. I love the serene, like let's say I go to nature where there's not much noise. My other house where my parents live, I don't go there no more that much. But there's not many like developments, so only the construction noise, but there's no car, there's no people screaming, and you can see fresh breeze, you can have a view, fresh oxygen, so you can see far away rain and stuff. So that something is very peaceful. I love that. But there's no surrounding shops, restaurants, which I need like other stuff, offices and all. But I really appreciate peaceful and quiet. When people call me like cup of coffee, I'll treat you. A lot of people are very tempted. Hey, he's gonna treat me, he's gonna take me out, I'm gonna sniff new perfumes. None of it draws me. None of it, like, I know it sounds very unsocial, it sounds antisocial, and I cut off a lot of people. People know me, but there is a reason behind it. Sometimes I don't like to be bothered. I like to be left alone because I go through sometimes depression. I go through mental health issues, and I figured them out, what they are, what's causing them. Sometimes financial, sometimes people hurting me when I depend on people. I have expectations, and then they disappoint you, they betray you, and they bother you too much, and they're just too selfish. They just want you to be their listener, the green mile, but in return, they do nothing for you. And they just, when they're busy, they don't give you time. So I find these things, it's my fault. It's my fault that I invited this sort of people in my life. I let them use me for whatever reason. So I decided I have to take control. And when you have control, sometimes you have to hurt people, okay? And it's not that you're doing this on purpose to hurt someone. You are doing this for your mental peace. You have to learn to say no. Sometimes some of my best friends, they come here in the weekend. They have some work to do, and they'll call me like, I'm here, can you come down? I used to entertain them. Then I realized in the weekends, only day I relax away from my 7 days work, my 6 days work. And I'm very stressed. I always run. I'm always thinking like how to make money and stuff, right? Like struggle is there. I'm still, I'm not rich, right? So I don't have savings. I have to think of day in, day out income. And when the people come and like take my weekend sleep in the morning and they just leave after 2 hours because they have to leave after 2 hours. If I did the same to them, they will never ever entertain me. I know it, and I don't want to use it like that, right? So when people want to come and see me like really me, and I really like them as well, and it's like a meaningful conversation, I know that they're not here for anything or just kill their time, I'll be up for it. But if people are using me to kill their time, I'm not that person. I'm more precious than that. You should think that way, because your time is not, your free time is your time. You can relax, you can listen to music, you can watch a movie and stuff, you can just be in the house. You don't have to sweat for people, right, outside when it's so hot. And you don't have to spend money behind them, right? So I'm trying to say is, it's very important to know friends, are not all of them are friends. Okay, when you call someone friend, really think of it like, who's your friend? We can have companionship. When you're young, we have huge friend circle, right? Schools, colleges, university buddies. We have our bros. We have to go out. Sometimes people maintain this for the rest of their life. Like dudes in States, they like have this boys night out and stuff. They watch games and they have like parties, drinking, and also they chill. And the boys hang out is like so chill. They just like talk about, hey bro, what's up, Heineken or Corona Extra. That's it. That's as much as conversation. And like, how was your week? Oh, good, man. So guys are very simple. I'm telling you, I notice we are so privileged. We are not at all complex. Sometimes we are, but mostly we're very happy with simple things in life. Let's say we can have a quiet weekend, peaceful and quiet. We can hang out with our friends, and our wife is very understanding, and she's not always poking us, what you doing, like that voice of those Karens. Absolute, man. I'm so sorry. Rest in peace to all the guys who are married to Karens. Okay, I'm sorry, I cannot take that type. And people are with always like mental terrorists and stuff. Like some women are like that, like they literally always like this next to your ear, and you cannot even enjoy your meal. Always have to listen to them complaining and stuff. So guys are very simple. So what I'm trying to say is, as you grow old, you start seeing some of your friends are leaving. Some of your friends are not really that friends that you thought they were. Situations will show you. They will date your girlfriend. They will steal your best friend. They will do a lot of things, and you'll find out that people are quite selfish. And when you see selfish people, you realize that they cannot be your friends. Selfish people are not your friends. People who are mean, who are always insulting you and always jealous or envious of you, they cannot be your friends. They can be in your friends list, but they are not your friends. You know this. Despite that, because you are scared of being alone, you are scared of all the stuff they're going to miss out on, that hangouts, say dinner plans and stuff. You think like, hey, if I don't have that, I'm going to be so lonely, I'm going to be miserable. Okay. Messages. Okay. It's not true. I learned it the hard way. Of course, it was same for me. I always used to hang out, go out, and I realized how much money I'm spending, how much time I'm giving, and in return, these people are bitching about me in the community. The worst of that is that, I think they are my friends, well-wishers. They talk to you, and when you talk to someone, if you really, really have a conversation, you share a lot of things from your life, and they're the only people who know about this, and you'll hear this leaked outside. That's the moment you realize it's not worth it. If you, despite all that, you stay with this kind of people, this kind of men, women, whoever, and they are like ruining the mental peace and happiness, you are at fault. Okay. For the last 3-4 months, I am discovering myself, like, last 1 year or so I'm single. I don't depend on anybody for nothing. Happiness, love, validation, mental peace, anything. I am not self-sufficient. I would definitely say out there are things I have to, work with people and stuff. That's true. You do need friends. You cannot be alone all the time. It's not a jungle that you live alone. You are not Tom Hanks in Castaway. But I pick my friends who are really precious to me, who are kind to me, who always check on me. I can name 5-6 names easily who always check on me. Like my brother Anaf Tamid Bhai. He lives in UK. He's one of my best friends. We hardly talk. But every now and then he checks on me. Bro, are you okay? How is everything going? I know why is he messaging. He doesn't write much, but he's checking on me if I'm okay, because he knows my life story. I talked a lot with him back in the days. He knows what I go through, my issues, because nobody asks men, what's up with your life? That's why a lot of men are dying inside slowly. You see them smiling and stuff, but their soul dead. A lot of women, obviously, more respect to all good people. I don't want to distinguish men and women. All women are bad. No, man. A lot of people are good souls, but good souls are not getting the love, the care, or the attention they deserve. All the stuff is always about evil people, selfish people, shallow people. That's what is social media doing to us. Everything is about showing how much you can show, how much money you can flex, how much others we can show that, hey man, I have this. Do you have that, the latest iPhone? I have no issue with iPhone, bro. If you are a fan of iPhone, full respect to you, more power to you. But as long as my phone is working for 2, 3, 4, 5 good years, why would I let it go and get like every year new phone? I'm not tech savvy. I'm not a crazy person. And the thing is, the phones that I see every time, hardly is any update, real update. Like from here, you get like something here. It's from here to here. It's like a different color back case. Or the camera is still the same. It just zooms a little bit more or something, not really upgrade. For the price difference, it's not that upgrade. So what I'm trying to say is, the pressure of the society. Like sometimes you have to get approval from people. You have to always, like people ask you, still driving the same car? And you feel like, oh, like this is like, people are asking me, I have to sell my car. Nope. If the car is serving you well, don't sell it. Even your wife comes and pushes you, hey, everybody's having an SUV. Why do you have still the Toyota Camry? Toyota Camry is a great car. As long as it's running fine, don't let it go. Just saying, So a lot of people in this process of being upgraded and stuff, upgrading, you waste a lot of time, money, and mostly you spend time on people which is not worth it. Invest the time on you. Get to know yourself, what you like, who is really you, and what you like. Sometimes we do not know who we are. This is the reality. And sometimes I was in that phase. I didn't know who I was. Now I know what I want, who I am. And the bad experiences, I thank people who gave me hard times, even my ex. I was very mad. Now I am thankful, because imagine 20 years you know a person and you realize that they're not the person that you thought they were. At first I was very upset. I did all those videos. I was very, in a bad place. Then I realized if I didn't meet her, if I didn't get the hurt, if I didn't get the betrayal, I wouldn't appreciate good people. When I meet kind people, I sometimes feel like there is a reason that everything happens. And when you see it and accept it, you can actually move on. You can actually be happy. And you can actually be living in the reality that I have this, I got this, This person maybe is not the girlfriend or better half, but I have a talking partner who actually listens to me and give me quite good advices. Even they are not the sweet ones, but they are real people, so that's good. I heard yesterday, like one video, maybe Instagram, one guy was saying, you don't need bunch of friends. You just need that one friend, even at least just one friend if you have, who is always there. You can just go to them if you're feeling low or you had some emergency, some danger, or like let's say some bad fortune, and you can go to them and you can just call them. Let's say your car broke down. Imagine like, you have an emergency. Let's say your phone got stolen or something, or let's say not phone, then you cannot call. Let's say you had your house robbery or something, right? Who's the first person you call apart from your family? That's your best friend. Who's the person you call when you're not feeling good? That's your best friend. Sometimes in life we actually do not give them the priority. We don't give them the love. We give time to people that we chase people, pretty people, hot people, douchebag people who apparently are giving us happy vibes, dopamines, but they are not really our friends. They don't even like us. Sometimes we don't understand this. We hang out in a group bunch and you go to parties, birthdays and stuff. If you really pay attention, you are the one who look needy. You're always there. You always appear, Don't be so available, guys. Okay, I know it sounds like a motivational video, but I learned this. This is true talk. Really what I feel. If you show your face too much, you become cheap. You don't become cheap, but they don't value as much. You know what I mean? Your weight becomes less and you are easily available. So what's easily available is not valued. That's human mind. That's human psychology. So this is why I want to do this video. I want to say these things because someday, sooner or later, we're all going to be 6 feet under. That's the reality. It's like, it sounds very negative. Like you'll be like, why are you thinking of that? I think of that because, it's closer than you think. Its life is unpredictable. You don't know what happens next. So I just hope for one more day. I just hope for better things. I hope for positivity. I hope to learn from tough times. Like right now I'm going through a little bit. Okay. I ended up spending so much last month. So today I'm going to sell some of my bottles to bring, like my little bit of balance back in life. But I try to think, should I be ungrateful? Like, hey, why I'm not getting sales? I should be upset. I am thankful to God, bro. Like I know, like He's giving me this time. Sometimes it's difficult to deal with, but I go through tough time. I know it's gonna be over, and next, maybe, I don't know, today, tomorrow, it's obviously gonna happen. Good things gonna happen too. So I have to ride along, good and bad, and that's how we have to accept life. Some of us, we cannot be lonely, we cannot be alone, we cannot be heartbroken, we cannot be broke. You know why? Because you always want to be happy. People, sometimes you notice this, right? I don't care how long this video runs, I'm gonna keep talking as long as I want to. Sometimes people are just always running out, they cannot stay at home. They always have to go out there, they have to meet people, they have to have lunch, drink, or coffee, they have to have a clubbing, they have to have some movies. Always constant action. They never take a day off. They cannot sit at home in the weekends, put on their pajamas, just put on their big glasses, you know what I mean? Have snacks, unhealthy snacks, sushi, big bottle of, like, let's say Dr. Pepper, and just watch a movie and just thinking, just lay back. You don't have any action today. Weekend is just about hanging out until 5-6 p.m. Then go out for dinner by yourself, and then just like enjoy it, like breathe, because you've been working all week. Your body needs to be restored, right? Some people don't do that. They are running. I see in Bangladesh so many people, they are looking for happiness through this brotherhood, this. In the end of the day, they get stabbed. At certain point, people will stab them. Because people use people, I never use people. I don't like that. I can, at this stage, a lot of people want to meet me. Obviously, I like to meet up people, but sometimes people tire me because they're so, not obvious, they're so predictable. Sooner or later, they will ask you personal questions. They will try to know you, how much you earn, who are you dating, where is your property, and what do you do for living. I'm not looking forward to discuss this. Okay, some people just like, like you want to hook up or something, but it's very rare that you get like a really person who's really interested to talk to you. For the example, like I'm talking to someone for 7-8 hours. How can you talk to someone for 7 hours on the phone? You charge the phone and talk, right? It's someone because you find them, like maybe for a time being, I'm finding someone interesting because they listen to me, I listen to them, we have a lot of things in common. But if you have good people, you just need that one good person. You don't have to always be dependent. Don't never be dependent, because when those people leave, let's say something bad happens and they leave, what's going to happen to you? You're going to be all miserable. You're going to be looking for them, and you're going to look needy. And you're also going to be searching, and you're going to be upset, like, where's this person? I need to talk to them right now. And then your day, like that part of the day you spend with them, you become dependent. That stage, never reach there, okay? Because human beings are here today, tomorrow they're not there, okay? And today you're gonna be here, maybe next day we're not gonna be here. So no one's gonna remember us, bro. We think of it like we work so much, buy so many stuff, we post so much, but end of the day, no one's gonna remember us after we leave. A lot of our friends, fragrance reviewers, they left us long time back over. I've seen, and I'm still here, and I sometimes think of them. Carlos, Brooklyn fragrance lover. A lot of our reviewers, a lot of our frag heads, a lot of our brothers, our celebrities, they left. And we think of it more for a while, but after a while we move on. That's how life works. So don't take life so serious, one thing. Second thing, do not depend on people too much. You have to love yourself, not being selfish or self-centered only, but you have to create around yourself like this shield that no one can come inside, not come inside, always sounds wrong. No one can enter your privacy or your facility, or is it a vicinity? I don't know this word. No one can come within your space without your approval. A lot of people try to do that. They don't ask for permission. They just come and ruin, and they just make noise, and they judge you, and they make you unhappy. After, imagine like you're talking to someone for so long, and then after they left, and you feel like not so good about yourself, like, hey, something's not right. That person made me feel worse. These are people you want to avoid, So yeah, nowadays I am less reactive. Sometimes I get upset by people talking about me bad. Yeah, obviously I'm human, it touches me. And when you are in social media, you are always showing your face, working. People hate that. When people see a lot of you, they hate it. Let's say you are a little bit like, you appear after 3, 6, 7 days, and you just post once in a while. You do not get noticed. You are not doing like any business. You're not selling. No one is going to ever hate on you. No one's going to ever say that, hey man, this guy's bad, I don't like him, blah blah. People only talk about people who are working, who are in the talking point. People say thank you so much for your review, I bought this, and people get jealous. And this is happening like so many places. People take it to the personal level, they go nasty, like, I hear this. But to each their, to each his own. Like, I don't bother, because if, let's say, someone says something bad, I'm not going to jump and do another video about them, like how bad they are, because I know if you're doing something wrong to me and you know that you are talking about people all the time, this will come back to you. Karma is like that. If I react, if I hurt you in return, if I say something mean, it will also get me. It will get them, it will also get me. In return, both people will be, affected. So my situation is, I just observe and I tell God, like, this is what's happening. So I try to understand, and I do take it out sometimes, talking to myself. Sometimes I do this, I record a video, I curse as much as possible and I never publish them. I just delete after doing the video and I feel much better. It sounds stupid, but I do that. So you can do that, but it's kind of psycho. But anyway, so don't show the psycho side to people, not to everybody at least. But you give it a little bit time, maybe they will understand in time that maybe they did wrong, they did you wrong, they did you nasty, and maybe they were just not mature enough. But one point, if they're still going, going hard at hard, and if you say, and I'll just tell you, this is very funny. Sometimes I gave complaint to God. You see the highest side of me, that, oh, this guy really spiritual guy. I am, in a way, a lot of ways I'm not perfect, but I say, God, please take care of these people, they hurt me. That's all that takes. I leave it up to God. Sometimes I don't complain, I say I forgive them, but some people I do not. I give complaint because maybe I am not perfect, I'm not that good of a person. Sometimes I just, when people hurt me, I say, God, take care of them. Show them such pain, show them such horrible, like, they give them a wake-up call, so they realize, what they did to me. If someone is doing that to them, how it feels. If someone betrayed me, how it feels that they get betrayed. So many times I've seen, man, people have misfortune because I was hurt. Never hurt people, like, who didn't do anything to you, and you just do it out of your own rage, jealousy, hatred. That thing comes back. It's like a vicious circle. Okay, so if you're listening, I'll end it like this, that if always ask, because what you do in your time, secret time, your public time, whatever, if you do not think before you do, before you paint, if you don't think, you may end up doing a lot of wrong things, that mistakes that you made, offenses that you make, you may regret later. And if you do not learn from your mistakes and errors, you'll always be a worse off person. You'll always be miserable. So think of it like, try to predict a future. Okay, I'm going to do this to this person, with this person. Am I really serious? Let's say I'm asking someone out, I want to be in a relationship. In the long run, do I think I'm going to be with this person, or they're in my best interest, or I just want to use them, right? And in long run, you'll see, like, it's going to be really terrible, because sometimes things go sour. So think before you ink, right? So yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Be a good person in general. Try not to be that evil, especially if you know that you are in power. This is when things go wrong. A lot of people with so much money and power, they think they're invincible, and they sort of want to own people, boss around people, because they get the dopamine and then the rush by controlling people. People come and kiss their bum, and then they feel good about it. Oh, I can buy everything. A lot of people try to buy me, okay? And they just want me to work for them, just call them boss, big pro, sir. I have this ego. Why would I call someone sir? I mean, just maybe it's just my arrogance or something, but these such people who are kind of corrupt, they want to buy their way out of everything because they have muscle power, they have guns, they have political power. If I can work for them, I can be their little doggy. I can earn decent money. I can have my own brand. A lot of people say, why don't you start your own brand? It involves so much more than just money. It involves sacrifice. It involves letting go of your personal wishes. I cannot decide anything in that. And whatever they will tell, market, promotion, you have to do it despite you didn't agree with it. Let's say Perfume, you are working with a brand and they send you and they give you a monthly payment. Even if the perfume is like 5 out of 10, you have to give it 10. If your heart allows that, and I'm telling you this, sorry, I'm talking too much. If as a reviewer, your heart allows it and you know it deep down there, you did it for money, you did it, you sold your soul. One point you won't be able to look at yourself. You may become very successful, but someday regret will hit you. That's why I'm not rich. I'm rich, with my perfumes and all. I love their companionship. They are my best friends. They are my time pass. They are my work. At least they don't betray me. But when I trusted people, a lot of these things happen. Especially people with money, people with no conscience, people, insane people, and manipulative people. They are very dangerous. You don't need them for your void. You don't need them for companionship. At a certain point, they will show you how toxic life can be. So yeah, at 2025 almost ending, these are the things I'm realizing. So I just wanted to do this video. I know it's a long video. Hopefully you'll take something away from it. And to find mental peace and happiness, always be real. You don't have something, you don't have iPhone, so what? It's okay. You have a phone, you have a home, you have a shelter, you have a rooftop, you can have 3 times meal, you can buy whatever you want in groceries, and you have like a decent life. If you always compare with people who are better off, and you don't appreciate the ones that you are better off from, the lesser fortunate, you are not a good human being, right? So I'm trying to learn every day, so I'm trying to share. And even if this positive message changes 1 or 2 of your mindset, that would be nice. Have a nice day. Thanks for watching. Love you all. And I'm just going to continue my tea, and just happy I did that. Let's see how October behaves. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.